course, there are lots of people who believe we always existed, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, this guy just wanted to link with us, and he talks about, he talks with great authority about why aren't you reincarnated in several bodies at the same time? I just read a couple sentences, just enough to get, get me out of here. Because there's not enough energy to exist in different, in more than one person at one. And he talks like he knows this for a fact. Like where did he learn that? It's amazing how people talk like they know these things. How do they know that? I love this reincarnation thing. It's so funny because it started the first time. I was like 15 years old before I heard about reincarnation, and it became popular as TV became popular in America. People were getting reincarnated. And about 99% of all reincarnated people were Egyptian princesses. I never heard of a Russian atheist being reincarnated. There's always an Egyptian princess or whatever, And they could describe things, See, I have a devious mind. I don't mean that in a bad way, but I have a. In other words, I'm not gullible. See, some people, they hear things and then they perceive this. And I perceive something totally different, see. It's like I was dating this New York model in Atlanta who took me to this giant, humongous, with full symphony orchestra church. And this woman in the middle of service, she started jabbering in tongues. And, it was the most bizarre thing. She had her own little twangy thing, these little repeat things they do and whatnot and another. And everybody's like, so, and then the minister, he interprets what she said. And she had this little ba-ba, 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 and then she's going into the ba-ba, 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 and then she's going into this ba-ba, 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 ba-ba. I'm not going to try to talk like she did. But it's little repeat phrases, see? And when the minister interpreted, he never said the same thing which would have repeated, you see. So I said, can we, these are really productions. It's like Hollywood production, these big churches. So can we get that tape? And I got the tape. I took it home. I played it over and over and over. And I made note of this, see. And about how far it's sequenced. And then I listened to the minister's interpretation. I said, ain't no way. This is all a big lie. See, that's the way my mind works. So anyway, oh boy, I really do go around the back door, don't I? So when I was about 15, all these people being reincarnated, like today, like the Oprah show, they would have people on, they were reincarnated, and they would talk about that. I don't know what the shows were. But what amazed me was that they talk about the clothes they wore and these great buildings and some position they had and all this. There's one thing that none of them could do. They couldn't speak the language. How could you have lived an Egyptian all your life? All your life. 50, 60, whatever years. You don't know one word. You can explain about things you saw and where you lived and your mother and all this nonsense. You can't speak one word of the language. Why is that? I say, fraud, not true. And so, that was my first reason to believe, no, people are not reincarnated. And some people have said, and I wrote somebody sent me an email, and I said, he was talking about somebody reincarnated. They just lived like back in the 30s or back in the 1850s or whatever. And I said, well, surely those buildings and stuff are still around. We can take them there, and you say, okay, were you ever in this? You said you were born in this house. Surely we can go back to the house you were born in. If it was only 40, 50 years ago, you died, now you're reincarnated, right? Go back to the house. Tell me what it looks like inside. Oh, I can't do that. Why? Why can you do everything except the one thing that would prove that you were actually there, you see? Never will they do or do anything that will prove prove that they were actually there. And that's how they got a knowledge of that. Not through TV, not through movies, not through books, not through somebody telling them. It's all fraud. But that's a good point.